石油杯美洲资格赛最终战 ，MIBR 对上100T， 赢的将拿下最后一张石油杯门票。两队上次交手是由 MIBR 2-0战胜100T， 究竟这场攸关丰厚奖金的 BO5 会有谁拿下胜利呢？
Star carry player to be able to get some shots in, but not this time. As Cryo still looking strong for the previous round. Shut aspas down.
Shut him. Okay, good timing there. Dizzy does affect him, but not before the elimination comes out. Artisan also able to connect one more. So it's just down to what exactly 100 Thieves can find on the backside of Yellow, and Cryo has provided for 3. 3v2 situation. Xander is tremendously low on health, though, and any of these shock darts, if they land, would put him out of commission. Wingman getting to work for the plant. The spam not enough to take him out of the picture. So the post plant setup for 100 Thieves will still live on the backside of Yellow.
Xander is low HP though, but the shock darts are gone. You're looking at Verno trying to buy time for Artisan to come on through. High Tide has got to buy some more space, but can they get the frags? Artisan recovers one of the Guardians, I believe. As the Vandal potentially is still stuck on Yellow here. They do have reasonable weaponry to play through. High Tide falls.
Whoa. And Artisan's able to find one very quickly. That was on the low health pool of Xander, though.
One enemy remaining.
And this little re-wrap from Cryo works out nicely. Artisan just gonna have to snap and find the defuse, but no, not gonna happen. It's all 5 for Cryo. Huge pop. Toxic Screen will get over towards Snowman. But this looks like they just want to try to scale deep. But look at the nano. Really well placed. Doesn't make a difference, at least not initially. But eventually, they do get stuck as aspas tees off, finds the remaining 3 members. This is tough. I mean, he gets the wingman back, but Artisan is watching for this cross and sees it. And now you just have to sprint and hope that you can hold on top of the site. You do have a mosh pit to try to give yourself a little bit of space while the wingman can go for the plant. High Tide is going to be called in. Artisan dealt with. Out of the 1v1. Plant's going to come through. High ground control for Austin. Oh! And he's able to find the 1v2 clutch.
You should run.
Lockdown comes through for both teams. A lot of shared space in between both of these. It looks like 100 Thieves want to try to challenge this. They're going to push on forward for it. Trades are out immediately. 100 Sphere used to try to counteract the defensive lockdown, which does get destroyed. But aspas is able to get out. And we'll stay 4v4. The Reckoning is still at the ready, and Artisan is on the way over. Is going to use that immediately just as the Viper's pit gets called. Artisan following the elimination of their own. But can you keep the integrity of this Viper's pit going? If you are Xander, here comes the retake around the backside of Yellow. Aspas moving really quickly. As soon as this nano storm fades, he's got to try to find some sort of an angle. Double swing likely on the way, but he sees one shoulder. That's Asuna who will drop. The rest of 100 Thieves is trying to have to stand tall around this, and it's just down to Xander. Inside his Viper's pit, he's being sprayed down and eventually dealt with. MIBR get to double digits. Aspas still has knives with this operator, looking for an opening pick and connects. And here we go. Reckoning is at the ready, going to be called in, and Aspas is going to get to work. First level towards Cryo taken down. Reveal is also into play on the backside of this post plant. Yeah, and aspas is just looking to feast and farm. Shorty up and in your face. Xander with the Guardian, the last one standing, and Artisan is going to just hop on for the defuse. No angle there. MIBR give him the intention of when he needs to rotate back, if at all. First shot lands, second not so much though. So now it's just on to 1. Verno playing over in towards tower. Maybe here's the ropes. Now the timing here, good. Pretty clean on it. Knows that crowd's playing from behind him. And the barrier orb. Smart play, but it does get instantly deleted. Time gonna be a bit of an issue. Verno checking. Holding it to halfway as Cryo. Maybe looking for more. Oh! Just as that secondary jiggle comes through. Well, EU inside the site gonna be dealing with a lot of pressure. Wow, the flash, the dash, MIBR. Just breaking ankles inside of A. Cosmic Divide gets called in, but Cortezia is going to use the Vipers to block off screens and most of Elbow. And is able to follow up with one more before Asuna gets the judge into play. That's going to be 2 down. But aspas is able to at least respond with 1. What the hell is that? What is that? Absolutely no way, no how that connects for a headshot. But it's a 1v1. Asuna trying to come around the corner of the Guardian. Opening shot doesn't quite hit. Paint shells off the corner. Does that get aspas out of position? Gonna elect to take a little bit of damage from the Semtex of that paint shell. Asuna thinking he bailed out towards Elbow, but that's not the case. aspas stays, holds his ground, takes the damage, and wins the round for MIBR. Asuna trying to pinch on this. Can you keep them interested? First shot somehow doesn't hit the headshot. Looks like he was perfect for it, but you do have the ability of tossing in a little bit of extra utility to keep this 100 of these post plant trapped up top at ramps. But can you win the gunfights needed? aspas gonna go for the immediate defuse. Has a chance to stick for it, but only gets it to halfway before the gravity vortex comes in. Now you can get it back. The rest of the way in the paint shells will not get there in time. The defuse comes through. Tough scenes for 100 Thieves. Numbers starting to dwindle just a touch. Trying to clear out the site. Both players have been seen around the back. aspas trying to make his move. Nova Pulse, Gravity Vortex coming in. aspas good for the first and then snaps over to the second. Clean shots. Forced purchase where they've got light armors at best. It's going to be pistols with the light. And oh, mercy. The collat before Asuna can jump across with the blast packs plus the follow-up.
And I am a sucker for a sale here as 100 Thieves right now. I'd all be sold out for the second half. The second map is all but gone. Artisan looking for the ace here. Showstopper in hand. Rip it out, son.
Oh, why not? Doesn't need it. As Shorty's packing a punch up close and personal. It's a third ace. Choke point at B. Meanwhile, Verdo trying to get aggressive. Oh, wow, he still gets away with one. Cryo not able to answer. So we got a 4v4 early.
The walk down as well. Quality walk down. Seekers will spot a couple plays.
Such a good play.
Verno, the advantage. Tell you what, the comeback doesn't look like it's happening at all.
No, that Seekers is literally just for Verno to keep playing on this angle by himself, and now he's got help nearby. And if you get a read on this, if you're Artisan, you're going to pop this showstopper in the corner. Might not even need to because Cortesia comes up through ropes. Oh, help! Somebody help!
4 versus 3. aspas has the rifle. Xander has been spotted. Fault line coming out of one stun. Xander gets him down, but still the rifle on board. aspas has to show up here. He's not showing up enough, or is he? 2 versus 1, and aspas has done it.
Are available from Artisan. And aspas will see one down low. Paranoia cuts across the site. That's perfect. Artisan falls in to find another. Just down to can they find the last into EU, and the knives will land. MIBR catch a second. A couple of information picks over the top of this contingency. Knows that there's an immediate threat immediately onto B. Fast lane out. aspas just tries to get something for free. It actually does get a bit of a reveal on the Cryo, but Xander teleports to the backside of Gong. Paranoia to cut across the site. He's able to find one in the corner, and Xander turns that into a couple. So now it's a 4v3 situation. Verno trying to hold his ground just outside the A lane. Does he ever? Verno for 3. Xander, the last one left. They know exactly where he's at. Nowhere to go.
The opportunity now to win Haven. Bring us on map 4. You up first. What's ahead?
I was able to find that spike carrier. Recon bolt to follow up. Asuna looks like he wants to go aggressively. Oh, and there's just nowhere for Zenom to go. Yeah, just Neon doing Neon things. But MIBR battling back, kind of trapping this play inside a garage. It's an even exchange to a 2v2, but Asuna has gotten away. And yep, you can just keep on sprinting, keep on sprinting. Boostio looking for time to try to find the reprisal back over, but it's Asuna who again just kind of rechalls, finds Verno, and it's all down to aspas. For the 1v2, does get the spike planted, but that's it. 100 Thieves will take the pistol. Instead, over to B. Aldrone maybe sees a little bit of this. And Cryo will see the double tap expire, but EU does no wrong. Spamming through the cyber cage, catches one. Asuna timing here is good. Little snap out of the head of Verno. And this may be the last little moment for Haven as Cryo cleaning everything up as aspas last one left, who will be zapped in the corner. Flawless.
I haven't really ever played through mid since the operator's been in play.
Yep, and you just have to respect that. Wow, the timing of that fragment is pretty legendary. Plus, you also get the knife to reveal 2 more. Offensive fragment being spent. There's the pop flash to try to challenge over towards tree. Cryo will be fallen, and how about that? Just when you start to think that Artisan is going to be vulnerable and maybe one of the openings. That's what's going to have to hold his ground here. Able to get a tag with nothing more, and how? Okay, the follow-up question to how many aces have we seen? How many outlaw collats have we seen this weekend?
A couple.
Good grief. Hitting a double with both weapons.
Players.
Yeah. And this has just been a shooting gallery. And MIBR looking good for their 6th. Just comes down to, is there any over challenge? Because Xander, he could pack a punish with this Sheriff, but instead you've got the numbers, and aspas will move on. Numbers advantage for MIBR, but a couple of low health pools still has them feeling a bit anxious, and the Paranoia might be an opportunity for these to reach out this, and so it is.
Wow. Massive Paranoia. Xander was the X factor there. Xander still got 2 though. A 1 versus 1 EU. will find the final kill.
Scout out whatever it can from inside of A. Sees the shoulder of the KO and also Xander in the backside of the site. aspas, yeah, good patience. Able to take down Asuna for the first. Cryo trying to work his way back up towards heaven. And there's that operator already ringing out for a first. EU on the cross through tree. Good with the Guardian. 3v3 situation. Spike making its way on and finally committing for a bit of a plant while the broken door at tree may provide another angle for Cryo.
Trying to slowly swing through this one. Boostio, no weaponry though. That could be a problem. aspas is still watching heaven and will collect. Now down to only 2. This operator.
Bruno not really sure how he wanted to play that recon bolt. Gets punished around. And now Cryo stuck, got a crossfire set up, and they just swing together, and it's aspas. Is there any sort of response here for 100 Thieves? Can they find a way to stall out this hit? All the utility about to come back to life as this null command is about to finish. And Boostio gets a reveal and turns that into 1, maybe even more, but the spam that hits is enough to take him out of the picture. So 4v4, aspas trying to make his way into sight. Whoa, Zenom actually committed from the shadows there. And that's going to be enough for him to be taken out of the picture.
Deployed. 1 suppressed.
The knife only reveals 1 though. Sentry turret deleted. Cortez is going to be playing on top of the site. The idea would be to double drop and try to isolate this player into hell. Teleport over, and Cortez gets the perfect read onto it, and now it's just down to what can Asuna find over towards the outside corner of the site, and the answer is he finds nothing.
Onto Peter.
Wow, it's a lot of utility. All the flashes are being used, and yeah, they don't even get any influence on the site. It just kind of felt like another round where MIBR are trying to pull the defense over with all this show of utility from the KO, but doesn't really fully work. It looked like they were trying to get everyone to rotate, yeah, through Cortezia and through aspas' direction. So now again, you get to have the from the shadows. Xander's able to get into the back like he had prior. Cortezia flashed and dealt with quickly. Verno trying to follow up. Really good shock dart. Doesn't hit. Looked like it was right on top of him, but not the case. And MIBR just have to try to force this one in. Shorty works for EU. aspas will have to find these kills and collect the spike. Not a lot of time to do that though. It's gonna have to be down to if they can find the kills. aspas, does he get that down in time? Oh, it's gonna be really tight. And no, he doesn't get it down in time. I think MIBR were trying to fade out the Armageddon instead. It's gonna be saved and now utilized over towards Art. Nightfall gonna follow with that crowd hits the opener. Bruno responds. 3v4 on this site as everyone is muted up for MIBR from that Nightfall. Cryo still holding on the backside of the site as Verno gets to work on the plant. The salvos though in such a good position. And as the spike carrier will drop, now it's down to a 2v2, but the gunfights will be the one that determines the outcome of the round. Cortezia man gets spent. The fragment in the corner really doesn't do too much. And honestly, MIBR a little bit late to the party. And yeah, you can see it. Artisan's gonna fall, trades back and forth, pitch truck goes to kill feed. Cryo connects though for 2. And it just leaves Cortezia by himself, and there's nowhere to go. Boostio really stepping up here in map number 5. Yeah, you need to feel out where this post plan is, and there it is. Get information on Cortezia, special delivery avoided. A couple of spam shots up top, awesome, able to find the first, though it's on to aspas and then another. And now it's just down to Cortezia. What can he do from the backside of Halls? Sees the decoy, avoids it. Other follow-up, hits a body shot. Does he know that aspas on the corner here? All the shorty shots missed though. Gives an opportunity for Zenom for the 1v1. EU, low on health. The Stinger can pack a punch from this range. Now to the classic. Oh, he whiffs it. Absolutely whiffs it. The timing is going to be really tight as well, but I believe he has it, and yes, he does.
They really want Boostio down. Are they going to be able to spot him? Oh, that is good information.
Oh,
a couple of kills though. Oh my god.
I was about to say, and well, the sentry turret. Okay. That's a way to do it, but I was about to say, like, this is a bonus kind of hero rifle for aspas, and he just stays behind the heady, be long, and trying to make sure that 100 Thieves are trying to rush forward. They don't get the full check. Now the null command is spent, but EU, good contact position for him. Can they stop Artisan from coming back to life? They're still baiting him. EU, a chance at it, the 1v1, but Verno hits the shot to the low health pool member. Prowler to follow though, focused aspas, who's gonna be in some trouble. Nightfall gonna be called in. aspas trying to step up and he's good for a couple. Make it 3, just locking down headshots. Now up and over the Nebula, trying to find Boostio. He knows he's in there somewhere, but the spike is down in the round, likely with that over. And MIBR behind the knives of aspas and the Nightfall, likely to get to 8 without much cause for concern. Boostio trying to find one more. Spike will make its way on. Lockdown as a response. You also have a dimensional, or a cosmic divide of your own. If you're MIBR, how do you want to spend it?
Also, look at the 2 flankers as well. Need to buy a little bit of time for them to come on through. Nightfall coming in from 100 Thieves.
Pressure's on. Cryo does get detained. Here comes the play around the back. Cortez is going to go ahead and hit for the defuse. Is there enough opportunity? Boostio with the knife. Now he's got a lockdown of his own. And MIBR may have missed the timing on this. Zenom trying to defuse from the other side. We're continuing to hack and slash. And there's going to be 100 Thieves behind the knife of Boostio. He's going to catch 2 with it. And 100 Thieves will get the 12. Pretty decent here. Salvos are out. Artisan going to be in some trouble. aspas hits the decoy with the first shot. Nebula blocks the line of sight. The nanostorms are in position. Cryo trying to play around the back. Not going to get the shot as aspas. Cortez only able to find 1. And here we go. 2v4. You're going to have the Nightfall. Verno trying to work this with Zenom, who's had a bad map. Not the worst time to find kills, though, as the Armageddon is called out over towards mid. Pawn in. Here comes Zenom for the first contact. Finds his first. Is there a chance for more? Zenom stepping up in a major way, but can he find all 4? No! It's Sander to get the...